Hello, I'm MJ Fite with today's thought. Today's thought is, what keeps you going? Whenever you've been doing something for quite a long time, or when you find someone else doing something that it just seems like it never ends, you ask them what keeps you going, or you may ask yourself what keeps you going. Whenever that's presented to you, it's simply trying to find out what motivates you, what inspires you to keep doing what you're doing. I'll give two cases for me. For my marriage, which is still 10 years and growing, some people ask, what keeps you going? And the answer is primarily the fact that I still feel like we've met since day one. Things haven't changed, except for we get older. We still keep it kind of young, kind of interesting. As far as today's thought, over 100 videos and counting, in 2 years of doing it, what keeps me going is the fact that I love to motivate and I love to inspire others to be at their best and to do their best. So when you're asked the question of what keeps you going, it's simply people or even yourself finding out what is it that makes you continue to do what it is that you do. Find out what it is that keeps you going each and every day. It is hard if you don't know what motivates and what inspires you to do the things that you do, especially for long periods of time. I can tell you with the examples I've given about my marriage and with today's thought is that what keeps me going is motivation. I am motivated, for example, my marriage. I'm motivated to be the best husband that I could be. I'm motivated to do all the right things that I've been taught from as early as a kid. When it comes to today's thought, I'm motivated to inspire and give words of positive encouragement to others. When you find out what keeps you going, not only does it help uplift and keep you motivated in the things that you want to do, but it also help other people who may need to find that same type of motivation, that same type of drive. They can see it in you, and just like anything else, it can be contagious and it spreads. So find out what keeps you going so that others can learn from you. The key to this principle is self-discovery. Are you willing to take the time yourself to discover what it is that keeps you going? Only you can determine that. When we talk about the question or the thought of what keeps you going, it's simply finding out what is the purpose or motivation behind what it is that you do continuously for a long period of time. And for all of us, for those things, we have many different reasons and many different purposes or motivating factors that keep us going in the things that we do. No one can judge those factors. We all have different factors. What it comes down to is, do you believe in those things that keep you going? And if you do, obviously you're going to continue to do the things that you do. But if you don't believe in what it is that you do, then obviously it'd be time for a change. As I mentioned before about my marriage and even with the thought, the motivation is there for both of them. The motivation to be the best husband that I could be, to be the best man that I could be, to even be the best motivator that I could possibly be. And it takes work. And what keeps me going is the fact that, for example, with marriage, is the fact that I want to be the best husband I can be, and use the lessons that I've learned from my youth. The same thing with today's thought, the lessons that I've learned over life to be able to share, inspire, and motivate others. And when you do so, people get to learn from you some of the things that keep you going, because they need to find out for themselves, especially if they're in a rut, how can I get going myself in terms of the other person. So if they see that and they find out from you what keeps you going, it might be the same thing that can help that person get started and get going and potentially have the same amount of success as you do in their endeavors. Remember, find out what keeps you going. The things that keep you going are at the core when it comes to you. When others can see the things that keep you going in terms of your success, they can learn, grow, and become just as successful as you. I'm MJ Fite with today's thought. And remember, a thought can take you in many different directions, but it is you that determines that direction. Have a good day.